Hello, this is Suhas ML, currently third year undergrad at JNTMW University, specializing in AI/ML. So the task given to me for this particular job was to extract all the repositories given a user's profile link and then determine which of them is most technically complex while justifying why it was done so. So the first step was to extract all of the contents or all the repositories in the user profile. So that is the first step. And then I had to write some pre-processing code so that I don't have to send all the unnecessary and dirty information to the models. And even before that, I had to fetch all of the every single file inside a repository, because there might be folders inside a repository. Folders may contain different folders or further folders as well. So I had to fetch every single file in each repository, and then I determined each of the types of the files, because different types of files need different pre-processing techniques, because everything cannot be done with one single technique. Then, for example, here Jupyter Notebook had a different kind of processing where you had to process every single cell over there and limit the tokens that are coming out of this function. Similarly, for a package file, for regular files, and for code cells as well, there were different kinds of pre-processing techniques that were applied so that we can get the necessary information sending to the model. So the next step was to generate the prompts as well as define the models and send the request to the GPT models to extract the complexity as well as justifying why it was more complex. So we start off by importing and generating the prompt, saying the model to generate the code complexity score for this code snippet, and we paste the code inside that prompt as well. And then we define an ADA model because it is the quickest of them all and we need quick answers over there. So we define that to send the prompt and get the more complexity score. Then it returns a text, so we extract the complexity score from that, and then we return when we write a function to determine the most complex repository of in the entire repositories that are present in a user profile. We use a lot of techniques. We determine the score of them and we take the maximum of them to determine which one of them was more complex. And then to justify it, it was a trade-off between Babbage model and Da Vinci model. Da Vinci model, the only drawback there was the tokens per minute were really less, so that prevents us from pre-processing a large document. So I opted with Babbage for this. And then in the for the front end, where user can enter their profile links and we can automatically generate the complexity, I used a Streamlit application, which is a very user friendly Python framework or a library for building front end. So I pretty much did the same code, pasted the same code over here, and then I gave in some extra prompts over here to for the user to enter the URLs. And then once I do that, I'll get the list of the repositories, and then I'll identify the most complex ones over there, and then based on that I'll just print it out. So this we can run it locally or it has been deployed in render. So let us first see how it looks if we run it locally. So if we run with the streamlit run.app.py. Right, so we've got the local host thing running. So let us give any repository URL and see if it works. I'll give this one over here, and while it runs, let me go to the render one and get our deployed link. So this is our deployed project, the same thing, but it's been on the web. So let me give a different repository link over here and let this one analyze as well. It will take some time because there will be a lot of contents, and here you go. So the first one, which was the local host one, it gave that the most complex repository is the auto grading example Python 1 in that particular users repositories. And then it also gives the URL and then justification as well. This is a very complex project, contains a lot of different repositories, etc., etc. So this gave a pretty good justification as well as a correct answer of which one is the complex one. The other one, this looks like it's a bigger repository. It's taking some time to analyze it. Let's reread this ones over here. And result is, it also says a large amount of time is spent by the maintainer to try and resolve the conflicts, which makes it a good and a complex repository. Let's wait it out for some more time. So yeah, here is the output of that. It says that the most complex repository is 2022 Oktoberfest in that particular user. So this is the project that I've built. Also note that the token limit for my OpenAI account is limited because it's a free credit account. As well as the GitHub, there's a regulation that it can only allow 60 hits per user to fetch the public repositories to implement the safety precautions and safety measures for that. So this is the project that I've built. Thank you so much and looking forward to hearing back.